I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. When it comes to Donald Trump, everything is a scam. And his newest scam, his platform, if you even want to call it that, to become the Republican nominee for the 2024 presidential election is the following. If he's elected, he says that he's going to hold a contest. And it's going to be a great contest. And what the contest is going to be is to build 10 new freedom cities. Yeah, that's right. 10 new freedom cities. And all you have to do is elect him. Come on. It's all a scam. He could not even pass the Infrastructure Act, which enjoyed bipartisan support, because he was so incompetent, because he was so anti-American, and he was so obsessed pursuing xenophobic and disturbing policies that he couldn't even focus on what was right before him, that there was bipartisan support for an infrastructure bill. So now he runs 10 freedom cities. That's what we're going to do, 10 freedom cities. Here, watch this video that he made and posted on his social media platform talking about this new scam of building 10 freedom cities. Play the clip.
Past generations of Americans pursued big dreams and daring projects that once seemed absolutely impossible. They pushed across an unsettled continent and built new cities in the wild frontier. They transformed American life with the interstate highway system. Magnificent it was. And they launched a vast network of satellites into orbit all around the earth. But today, our country has lost its boldness. Under my leadership, we will get it back in a very big way. If you look at just 3 years ago, what we were doing was unthinkable. How good it was, how great it was for our country. Our objective will be a quantum leap in the American standard of living. That's what will happen. Here are just a few of the ways we can do it. Almost 1/3 of the landmass of the United States is owned by the federal government, with just a very, very small portion of that land, just a fraction, 1/2 of 1%. Would you believe that? We should hold a contest to charter up to 10 new cities and award them to the best proposals for development. In other words, we'll actually build new cities in our country again. These freedom cities will reopen the frontier, reignite American imagination, and give hundreds of thousands of young people and other people, all hardworking families, a new shot at home ownership and, in fact, the American dream. Another big opportunity is in transportation. Dozens of major companies in the United States and China are racing to develop vertical takeoff and landing vehicles for families and individuals. Just as the United States led the automotive revolution in the last century, I want to ensure that America, not China, leads this revolution in air mobility. These breakthroughs can transform commerce, bring a giant infusion of wealth into rural America, and connect families in our country in new ways.
Are you kidding me? 10 freedom cities? I mean, when I watch these videos, and I just watch such an unhinged snake oil salesman, it really is incredibly disturbing. Here, now I want to show you the split screen video that the DNC made. They've been doing a good job lately. And the DNC released this ad making fun of Trump for failing to pass an infrastructure bill that he kept on saying, it's coming in 2 more weeks, in 2 more weeks. And then it pushes Trump off screen while President Biden is seen in the video actually signing the infrastructure bill. Here, play this video.
We'll talk about infrastructure. Pass a $1 trillion infrastructure plan.
Who's better at infrastructure than Trump?
We're going to rebuild the crumbling infrastructure.
I want to rebuild our infrastructure first.
Infrastructure.
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 Infrastructure. Infrastructure. Infrastructure. Infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
Thank you.
Remember Infrastructure Week from Donald Trump. It's coming in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, infrastructure bill. Remember the wall? Mexico is going to pay for the wall. That's how we're going to solve all our problems. Mexico is going to pay for the wall. Remember, he said, I'm going to pass a health care plan. It's going to be better than Obamacare, much better than Obamacare. Just give me 2 weeks. All I need is 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. No, it's just a constant scam. And now just if you elect me, 10 freedom cities are going to be built. He's such a con artist. Here, I want to show you this video now of President Biden when he was visiting Wisconsin. And this is what he said about Republicans who voted against the infrastructure bill, who now show up at all of the groundbreakings. And this is a great video. Watch this, and then I'll comment after the video. Play it.
Republicans signed on to it too. Not all of them, but enough to get it passed. And by the way, I told them, even those that didn't vote for it, call and say, we need a project in my district. I said, okay, good, we'll do it. See you at the groundbreaking. You know, for really, I'm president for all of America. You know, at the Port of Green Bay, we're helping turn an old water plant site into a new port terminal. Going to create thousands of jobs over time. This is a big deal. You know, we're just up the road in Columbia County, just up the road. Funds from the infrastructure are going to replace the Wisconsin River Bridge. Here in Madison, the mayor can tell you we're using the funding to buy 46 electric buses, replacing dirty diesel buses that are bad health for the environment.
I love what President Biden said there in that video, that I am the president for all America. You know, Donald Trump claimed that he was the president of just red America, even though, by the way, his policies were so detrimental and devastating to red America. I mean, he just engaged in all of the performative BS and then claimed that he was helping out. But President Biden's focus is on whether you are a blue state, purple state, red state. He's focused on you. The infrastructure plan, there's already more than 7,000 infrastructure projects currently underway as a result of the Biden infrastructure plan. There will be over 20,000 projects across the country taking place in the next few months. And we're talking about bridges and roads and tunnels and airports. We're talking about bringing America's infrastructure up to the standards it needs to be in 2023 and beyond. And it had pretty much some bipartisan support. Still a lot of Republicans in the House and Senate who opposed it. But here's the thing. This was a layup for Donald Trump infrastructure. It was a layup. Democrats supported it. Ostensibly, he had some Republicans who support it, and he wasn't able to push it through. Let's just be real. He's not a serious person. Anybody who goes up there and posts on their social media platform videos of themselves talking about freedom cities, it's just like him talking about Trump steak and Trump water and Trump hotels in Atlantic City and Trump magazines and Trump airplanes and Trump University and all of the things that have gone bankrupt over and over and over again. Everything he's touched has gone bankrupt, including the political party that he's now turned into a cult. You've all seen what took place at CPAC this past week. Freedom cities, utterly, utterly despicable. We don't need snake oil salesmen. We don't need gimmicks. We don't need scams. We need leaders like President Biden who actually deliver for the American people. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. Hit subscribe now. In addition to hitting subscribe now, we will... in addition to hitting subscribe and reaching 1 million subscribers, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, where we will be holding a live Zoom every month where you can meet me and my brothers. So if you missed the live Zoom this past month, you could see it next month, but that's at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas, and thank you so much for watching this video. Oh, check out our podcast, wherever you get your audio podcast. Just search MeidasTouch. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas. Hit subscribe.
Love this video? Then you'll love the MeidasTouch podcast. Listen as my brothers and I break down the latest news and chat with top political leaders on the fastest growing pro-democracy podcast in the world. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday. Add the MeidasTouch podcast right now wherever you listen to your podcasts.